On September 30th, 1994, a 3-month-old infant was murdered in Quebec, Canada. The killers believed the child was the Antichrist. 5 days later, 53 more people were dead across Switzerland and Canada, and it still wasn't over. Over the next 3 years, a total of 74 people connected to a secret organization known as the Order of the Solar Temple would die across 3 countries. Some investigators called it mass suicide. Others called it mass murder. Because even today, the full truth has never been established. How many of those people actually chose to die? Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications for unanswered evidence. It does help. The Order of the Solar Temple was founded in 1984 by 2 men, Joseph de Membro and Luc Jouret. They promised something extraordinary: spiritual enlightenment, hidden knowledge, a higher purpose. Members included doctors, business owners, and wealthy professionals. Many were intelligent, successful people who became deeply devoted to the group's teachings. The leaders taught that humanity was approaching catastrophe, that death was not an ending. It was a transition, a journey to a higher existence connected to the star Sirius. But beneath the spiritual promises was something darker. Members were encouraged to hand over their money and assets to the group. Many were told those funds would be returned to them. They never were. And when some members tried to leave or were considered traitors, the consequences were severe. The infant murdered on September 30th was the child of former members who had left the group. De Membro reportedly held a personal grudge against the family. He declared the baby the Antichrist. The child was 3 months old. 5 days later, on October 5th, 1994, investigators discovered 53 bodies at locations in Switzerland and Canada. Many were dressed in ceremonial robes. Some had been shot. Others had been given sedatives. Several had plastic bags over their heads. And fires had been deliberately set at multiple locations. In Cherry, Switzerland, 18 bodies were found arranged in a circle. Both founders were among the dead. But the deaths didn't stop there. In December 1995, 16 more members died near Grenoble, France. In March 1997, 5 more died in Quebec, Canada. By then, the world knew exactly what the Order of the Solar Temple was. Yet people were still dying. Former members described intense psychological control, isolation, fear, an absolute belief that death was not the end, but the beginning of something greater. But even that doesn't explain everything. Why were some victims found with evidence of murder rather than suicide? Why were children among the dead? Why did the killings continue for 3 years after the leaders themselves were gone? Today, the Order of the Solar Temple is remembered as one of the most disturbing cult tragedies in modern history. Not because 74 people died, but because decades later, the full picture remains incomplete. Mass suicide, mass murder, or something in between. A secret society, 3 countries, 74 deaths, and a question that has never been fully answered. How many of them were given a choice? If this case caught your attention, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for unanswered evidence so you don't miss the next one. New cases weekly.